What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, tonight, 4-division world champion, Mexican superstar boxer, who currently is the undisputed super middleweight world champion, Mexican superstar, who is widely considered to be the face of the sport of boxing, top 5 pound-for-pound best fighters in the world, in Saul Canelo Alvarez. Saul Canelo Alvarez, 57 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout, 32 years of age, 5'8" with a 70-inch arm reach, will be hosting his trilogy match, now highly anticipated trilogy match, for more reasons than not, against two-time unified middleweight world champion, superstar boxer, Gennady Triple G Golovkin from Kazakhstan. 42 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 37 big wins by way of knockout, 40 years of age, 5'10" with a 70-inch arm reach. They first fought twice. The first fight ended in a draw. That was September of 2017. And then they fought September of 2018, which saw Canelo Alvarez win a majority decision victory. Since then, Gennady Golovkin has been campaigning to get a trilogy match. But since then, Canelo Alvarez has gone on to do big things. He's gone on to become undisputed. He's going on to become a world champion at light heavyweight. So he's going on to do absolutely big things since 2018, okay? So 4 years ago was the last time he's seen him grace the squared circle. But since then, Gennady Golovkin, he's been relatively inactive, okay? After that loss to Canelo in September, he didn't fight again until June of 2019. He faced off against Steve Rolls. He got a 4th-round knockout victory, but it wasn't that impressive. But then in October of 2019, he faced off against his toughest challenge since Canelo Alvarez, against Sergey Derevyanchenko, and he won a 12-round decision, but he truly lost that fight. He showed a lot of vulnerabilities. He was hurt multiple times in that fight, but he still got the nod. Then in December of 2020, he comes back, he fought Zermata, okay? He gets a 7th-round stoppage victory over him, but it should not have went 7 rounds, okay? Zermata should never been in the ring with Triple G. It definitely should not have went 7 rounds. Then he takes a 2-year layoff. He comes back in April of this year against Raul Murata in a unification bout, and he gets a 9th-round TKO victory over Murata. But again, just like in the Sergey Derevyanchenko fight, he was losing the fight. He was hurt to the body multiple times. He showed a lot of vulnerabilities. He showed his age. He showed that his reflexes wasn't there. He showed that his body just can't withstand, punches, okay? The punch resistance to his body is just not there anymore. Now, to his chin, if you go to his chin, the punch resistance to his chin is still there. But when you go to Triple G's body right now, the punch resistance is definitely not there anymore, okay? And Sergey Derevyanchenko exposed that. Steve Rolls, to a degree, in their fight, if you go back and look at that fight, just the reflexes of Steve Rolls in that fight, was giving Gennady Golovkin problems that he normally wouldn't have, okay? And so with that said, now he's taking on Canelo Alvarez, who may be catching Canelo Alvarez at the correct time, because Canelo Alvarez is coming off of a loss, okay? Canelo Alvarez lost his last fight against, now undefeated light heavyweight WBA world champion Russian superstar boxer Dmitry Bivol, and he was outclassed in that fight against Dmitry Bivol. He lost all but 2 to 3 rounds in the fight against Dmitry Bivol, and everybody gave him an excuse that he was daring to be great because they said that he moved up in weight. But everybody forgets that he already moved up in weight, and he already faced off against, Sergey Kovalev, and he won. He knocked out Sergey Kovalev to become the WBO light heavyweight world champion. So he's already accomplished that, okay? But he is coming off of a loss. But now 2 things can be true. Maybe, Canelo Alvarez goes into this fight and he has a chip on his shoulder, or Canelo Alvarez could be going into this fight with Triple G, and feel like he has to press and he has to prove a point, because, he feels like everybody's looking at him now and saying that he was exposed. He has 2 losses on his resume to, legendary retired Hall of Fame iconic superstar boxer and Floyd Mayweather, which he got outclassed and lost every single round of Floyd Mayweather, unless you want to give him the 12th round that Floyd Mayweather just took off, right? Because he knew he put it in cruise control and he had the victory. Or you can look at it from a standpoint of, also his fight with Erislandy Lara, right? He was outboxing that fight, and many people thought Erislandy Lara won that fight. And then you have the 2 Triple G fights where people thought the Triple G actually won both those fights, okay? And then that leads you into, his fight with Dimitri Bivol, and he gets outclassed and outboxed in that fight. So Canelo Alvarez is going to have a huge chip on his shoulder. Canelo Alvarez is going to feel like he have a point to prove. Now, he stated that he wants to knock out Triple G and end this trilogy in dramatic fashion, okay, in convincing fashion. And with that said, is Canelo Alvarez going to press the fight? You had guys like 2-time world champion, retired superstar, now podcaster, and Paulie Malignaggi. He stated that he felt Canelo Alvarez packed it in against Dimitri Bivol. He didn't attempt to make any adjustments. He was, frustrated, and he packed it in, took his paycheck, and went home. Okay, so with that said, is Canelo Alvarez frustrated by certain styles? Okay, now obviously, Kazakhstan, Ukraine, Russia, in the same types of areas, right? And so maybe Triple G looks at it and he says, listen, my style could actually beat him, right? Maybe he takes from some things from Dimitri Bivol, okay? But my thing is Canelo Alvarez going to press the fight, because he said he feel like he wants to get a knockout to convincingly win and show the world that, he's still here, okay? And is that going to lead him into a mistake that Triple G can capitalize on? Because Triple G still has a granite chin, and he definitely still has power. The last thing to go is your power, okay? But Canelo Alvarez has proven to be very durable, granite chin, and we heard Jonathan Banks, Triple G's trainer, who wasn't there in the first 2 fights. He stated that, he believes that Triple G needs to go to the body more often. He said in 2 fights, in 24 rounds, he thought Triple G went to the body all maybe 5 times in total, right? So he wants to make an emphasis on going to the body, make it a point to go to the body, okay, to wear down Canelo Alvarez. And he also stated that Canelo Alvarez is no longer a volume puncher, a combination puncher. Since he moved up in weight, he looks for one big punch, okay? 2 punches, 3 punches at best, right? But he's looking to hurt you with one big punch. And he said that that's something that they could capitalize on with having a high output, okay, and outwork Canelo Alvarez. So Triple G still has a granite chin, still has power, but he has a glaring weakness that's a major strength in Canelo Alvarez. His glaring weakness is his punch resistance to his body is just simply not there anymore. And one of the biggest strengths of Canelo Alvarez is his hooks and body punches, okay? And so with that said, I believe the rubber will meet the road when Canelo Alvarez unconsciously throws these hooks to the body, because I believe Canelo Alvarez has top 2, top 3 best body attacks in the sport of boxing, hands down, period. Okay, and I think it's going to show up big time tonight. Okay, and so with that said, I think that Canelo Alvarez lands a hook. He unconsciously throws these hooks in these combinations, like Ryan Garcia and Errol Spence Jr., right? They have vicious body attacks, and Canelo Alvarez has that. And again, I can't say this enough, that Triple G's body resistance, his punch resistance to his body, is just simply not there anymore as he ages. He's 40 years of age. So I think that Canelo Alvarez is going to land a hook to the body, and I think he's going to stop Triple G to the body tonight. Sergey Derevyanchenko, he just didn't have the skill set that Canelo Alvarez possesses to close the show and convincingly win, and they wanted to build this 3rd fight with Canelo. Okay, but Sergey Derevyanchenko hurt Triple G to the body multiple times, and I thought he clearly won the fight, and they didn't give him the nod. Then Ryota Murata in his last fight was hurting him to the body badly, and he ran out of gas. He faded in the second half. Well, Canelo Alvarez is not Ryota Murata, and he's not Sergey Derevyanchenko, okay? And he's been in the ring with Triple G twice already. So, and his combination punches, hand speed, power, and granite chin, and his ring IQ is completely on a different chart than Sergey Derevyanchenko and Ryota Murata. And I think that Canelo Alvarez tonight is going to close the show, end this trilogy on a very high note, and look to do big things moving forward in the future. So I got Canelo Alvarez by a 7th round stoppage to the body over Triple G. And that's all I got for y'all. Let's see how this unfolds and plays out. Make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section, let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.